Hey out there, all my brothers and sisters across the planet, coming at you live from smoky Washington State. I just wanted to take a few moments to talk about some of the things I've been noticing with the upcoming astrology and how it relates to some of the wildfires that we're seeing on the West Coast right now. As some of you may have seen some of the pictures online, how Oregon's sky turned like completely red. This is actually aligned with Mars going into retrograde, the red planet going into retrograde. On the same day, the entire sky turns red. And not just for the sake of, it being the West Coast, this is known to happen, but the West Coast is also home to the root chakra gateway. Mount Shasta has the root chakra gateway. This is where the lowest vibration on the earth is, and this is also the place where we can see the effect of Mars physically by the sky turning red. So that started September 9th, the day you saw that UPS photo, and it's going to be going all the way through November 13th, well past the election. In this time, we're going to be having the effects of Mars being the planet of sex, action, and desire. All of that energy is going to be stifled, and so we're going to be feeling super tired. Everyone's going to be having really intense dreams. And although Western astrology claims that Mars is in Aries right now, it doesn't actually line up. If you go out at nighttime and look up at the sky, you can clearly see the constellation of Pisces. It's in Pisces. What this means is that Mars being in retrograde is related to our manifestation and our alignment with spirit. It's all connected to the Great Awakening. We're supposed to be thinking about what we're supposed to be manifesting in this time before winter comes back, before the second wave comes, before the election. There's a lot of big things happening right now, and Mars is going to make us feel extra tired, but that just means we have to work twice as hard. So we're going to be feeling really stifled in terms of our sexual energy, our action energy, all of our desires. And now is the time that we have to be getting to work. We have to be going out and advocating for the things that we believe in. So that's why the sky is red. It isn't just about, we know that the fires come back every year, but it's aligned with the root chakra gateway being of Mount Shasta. And then this Mars retrograde, we're seeing the direct effect of the planets on our surface right now. The second wave of COVID is going to be coming soon. Whether that comes with facilitated food shortages or just enforced lockdowns, one thing we know is that the masks, especially the cotton masks, don't actually block viral material. The best masks, the N95 masks, at best block about 10% of viral material. And if everyone's been staying inside all year, they haven't been taking their vitamins, they didn't get any sunlight, they didn't get exposed to any dirt or bacteria or anything, and then they're wearing the mask thinking that it's going to protect them when it only blocks 10%. Your suppressed immune system is actually going to contract the virus. And not to say that it isn't curable, because we know that if we take vitamins zinc, A, and D, along with a prophylactic, you can destroy the virus in the first stage. So what have we seen from the CDC in the past few days? The CDC has come out and said that you can't wear your mask to block out the smoke. All this haziness behind me, the mask won't block the smoke. And what do we know about viral material? Viral material is a DNA. It's a strand of DNA that it goes and attaches itself to a host cell, and drains it of its energy, thus requiring an immune response to take care of it. So what does that mean? It means a carbon molecule is many times bigger than a virus molecule, but yet the CDC is saying that our masks will have no effect. And it just goes to prove again that if we rely on the masks to protect us, if we rely on the lockdown to protect us, we're going to get sick. If we shut ourselves off from our family members and all of our friends, and we stay inside, don't get any sunlight for the last remaining bit that there is before winter, that's what's going to make us sick. Not the virus. We just have to take care of our bodies. If we eat an alkaline diet, if we eat an energetic diet, our bodies are going to be so charged that no virus will be able to penetrate our cells. So during this time, so we have the Mars retrograde going September 9th, right when you see the sky turn red, all the way through November 13th. Here at the end of the month, we're going to see Saturn turning direct on September 29th. So we've been experiencing a lot of suppression in terms of our limitations of Saturn and Capricorn for the past few months. And so this is finally going to end September 29th. We're going to get a little bit more boost of energy. Even though Mars is going to be making us tired with its retrograde, that's going to be a time when we really need to step out and take action if we're not already doing it. Another thing, the Mercury retrograde is going to be coming up next month, October 13th. The pre-shadow will be in Virgo, so it's going to be a lot of internal planning, thinking about how to collect ourselves, how to be within balance within our routines, and then the actual Mercury retrograde is going to be starting in Libra, so that's going to be talking about balancing our relationships, balancing all aspects of our lives. And conveniently enough, the Mercury retrograde ends on a very auspicious date. I'm sure you all can guess what special date is coming up in November. November 3rd, Election Day. Mercury retrograde ends on Election Day. That is huge. These things are not just coincidences. The Great Awakening is about to happen. We know it also with the coming winter solstice. We're going to have Jupiter and Saturn aligned in Capricorn. At the same time, Neptune still being in Aquarius. That is the dawn of the Aquarian age. We're going to be thinking about all of the traditions and things that we want to be manifesting in these next few years. And, we can't be locking down. We can't be taking this fearful approach that's going to suppress our bodies and then relying on the mask that doesn't even work to protect us. Places that barely lock down, their schools are starting to have football games. And for everyone who didn't get any sunlight this summer, didn't go out, didn't take any vitamins, just ate a bunch of McDonald's, they're going to go to these school events and they're going to think they're totally fine. Meanwhile, they're spreading the virus with a lower immune system. And we really need to be looking at, eating an alkaline diet, taking the vitamins that we know can protect our cells, like vitamins zinc and D, and of course getting vitamin A from the sun. So then at the end of the Mercury retrograde, of course November 3rd, it's going to be going back into Virgo. So that, Virgo to Libra, back to Virgo is going to be all about organizing, balancing, integrating. And so when we think about this whole pandemic, we think about why it's called a pandemic. We think about all of the people, whether we agree with their political affiliations or not, who are saying that that this whole thing was a hoax. Why it should be more of a conspiracy of why we are trusting our government in the first place. Today specifically, 9/11. Most of you know that 9/11 was an inside job. You can look at that picture from Epstein Island of George W. Bush throwing a paper airplane at Jenga towers. They've been planning these things for a long time. This medical tyranny, could have been incited all the way back when immunology was first discovered. But we know terrain theory works. Terrain theory says if we eat the proper diet, we get sunlight, we take care of our bodies, that nothing can hurt us, that our immune system will do the job that it's intended to do. So states like Idaho, South Dakota, and Texas never really fully locked down, and they've since refuted the pandemic. They are not going to be locking down, and for a good reason. With the coming election, all the talk of either side trying to cheat, and the talk of a second wave, also considering that, maybe this virus even came out of China, or that China lied to us. There's so much questionable about what's going on. And we know that if we just take the right precautions, we decide for ourselves what we're willing to risk going outside. We understand, we're in charge of ourselves. We can't release our personal sovereignty. And the main attack that they've been trying to take on this approach for the agenda is attacking us based on fear. And what do we know about fear? Fear is in charge of the root chakra. It's the bottom chakra. It's the base. It's everything that keeps your upper chakras steady. And so we know that if we're imbalanced at the very bottom, all of the rest of us are going to become imbalanced. We know that, we can't be giving into this fear. We can't listen to the lies anymore. We cannot trust the government to hold our personal sovereignty in their hands. That is not what America was founded on, and that's not what America needs to be standing for now. The time is critical for us to work twice as hard to advocate for the truth, advocate for things that don't make sense. Stop advocating for things that don't make sense. Stop virtue signaling for this mask, because the mask doesn't even work. The mask is going to be what causes the second outbreak. And we just have to go inside. We have to sit inside every day. We have to do work on our meditations. We have to align our own energies, look inside and know what's true, decide what risks we're going to take. Still protect your loved ones who are at risk, yes, but take time to research. Look into what an alkaline diet could do for protecting your immune system. Look into what zinc does to protect your cells from the attack on the immune response in the first phase of the coronavirus. It attacks your cells, and your body starts producing what's called cytokine, which is essentially the building blocks for an immune response. So as the virus keeps going through your body, it'll drain your cytokine, and you won't be able to have any immune response, which at that point you develop pneumonia, and then bacteria builds, and you don't have any energy to fight it. And so if you could just take some vitamin zinc, A and D, you will be 100% okay. Granted, if you have pre-existing conditions, you should still be concerned, but this isn't worth a lockdown. This isn't worth destroying our economy. This isn't worth making this the new normal. This isn't worth taking away our sovereignty. Mars is having a direct effect right now in the way that the sky is turning red. The sky is literally on fire, and we need to be looking at what this means in terms of what's coming. We've destroyed our planet, and there's no way that's not going to have a karmic effect. We need to be right with ourselves, right with God, right with nature, and take responsibility. Stop letting other people tell us what we're supposed to do, and we have to create the new world. The winter solstice, the coming of the age of Aquarius, the wisdom of Pisces is going to be poured through the water bearer. Aquarius is the water bearer. Is going to be pouring its wisdom on us in this new age, and that comes with spiritual alignment, with soul families connected all throughout the planet. And we know that we can't trust our government. There's no reason why we should be continuing to follow these mask mandates, and we need to take a stand before the second wave comes. Charge your immune system, do the work to take care of your body, eat an alkaline diet, take zinc, take vitamins A and D, and stop wearing the mask. Offer compassion to anyone who's concerned. Stay 6 feet if it must, but tell them, carbon molecules are many times larger than the DNA of a viral material that attaches to molecules similar to the size of carbon. Of course, you wouldn't have that in your body, but you understand what I'm saying. Viral material is many times smaller than carbon, and if the CDC says your mask can't protect you from this sky that's on fire behind you, it's not going to protect you from a virus. Believing it so, staying inside, suppressing your immune system, is only going to cause the second wave to actually happen. And it doesn't need to. We can take the initiative. In this time that Mars is in retrograde, it's going to be stifling our sexual energy, our action energy, and our desire to get out there and do things. So right now, I'm launching free guided meditations to align your chakras. Don't let them attack your fear. Don't let them attack your sense of security and knock you off of balance. I have a free root chakra meditation to help you with this. The same with the sacral energy. Mars going into retrograde, we're going to be feeling our life energy drained and suppressed. And it's all tied to, Mars is in Pisces. It's going to be our manifestation leading up to what's happening in the election, what's happening during the great shift on the winter solstice. And so I also have the Sacral Chakra to free guided meditation, so you can charge your energy and see what ways you can express yourself creatively and put your spark out there to be heard, because this isn't about any one of us. This is about all of us standing together and learning, researching what exactly we need to do to live super awesome lives here on earth. This could be heaven, and we're so close to making that happen. Got a little cheat sheet. So next week as well, I'm going to be launching the solar plexus chakra, free guided meditation, and then of course the others coming in the subsequent weeks. This Mars retrograde affecting largely our energy levels. I've actually decided to quit smoking marijuana on the 1st, around when the pre-shadow of the Mars retrograde was happening, and that really made it a challenging time to do it. But I have so much more energy now, and I feel like that's given me the edge to actually get up and do the work and what needs to be done in order for us to take a stand before the election, before the great shift that's coming on the winter solstice. So tune in next week as well. Sacral Chakra is coming out. Meditate on your chakras, align your energy, see where your fear is taking away from your sense of security. See where you are draining yourself of your life force, your sexual energy. Practice semen retention if you must. Charge your sacral chakra. Look at your willpower next week. Talk about what ways do you feel disempowered? What ways do you feel like you can't do anything? You can do something, but you need to go inside and look at that energy and pull it up, align it, get all of this right. We're going to start from the bottom all the way to the top. By the time we get to the crown, it's going to be time to throw it down, or something like that. We gotta align with our energies, just like how the planets are going to be aligning. On the winter solstice, we're going to have the sun aligned with Mercury in Sagittarius. We're going to have Lilith aligned with Lilith will also be in Sagittarius. Jupiter and Saturn in Capricorn aligned. This is the first time in about 6,000 years this alignment has happened. So it's important now more than ever. This Mars retrograde is going to be stifling our energy and our desire, and it's going to feel like we're so tired we can't get up and do anything. But now is the time we have to be getting up the most. We can't let them lock down again. We know that this virus is fake. We know that 9/11 was fake. We're going to start a new world, a world that's aligned with energy, righteousness, community, love. And, that's all we want to do. That's all we want. It's not too much to ask, and we're going to make it happen. So keep breathing, guys. Keep aligning. Keep your energies charged. We're going to do this.